Welcome out to Jackson Southside High School, Chester County High School, where we will see the Lady Redhawks take on Jackson Southside, and starting lineups. We'll see if we can clear up this echo that I'm hearing. I don't know if that's what Rich is hearing. Is that better, Rich? Shoot me a text if that's working for you. But starting lineups tonight: Kendall Bryant, Coralie Grove, Layla Downs-Darden, Carly Stevenson, and Abby Baker. Starting five for Jackson Southside. They will go with Mitchell, Askins, Lacey, Curry, and I'm missing one out there, number 23, that's Cohill. We apologize for the late start tonight. Not a whole lot of service down here in Henderson. Downs-Darden set to jump, and Askins wins it. She's the one you got to watch out for this Southside squad. And a turnover right away from Southside. Downs-Darden runs it up into the front court. They try to dump it down to Baker. She gets it inside, wraps it across the court to Stevenson. Stevenson backs it out, looking for Downs-Darden. Now she'll get it off to Bryant, and a 5-second count comes on Stevenson. Tenacious defense from Southside. They come in as the 1 seed, the district champs, out of District 12. Creekwood will have their work cut out for them tonight, but defensively, the Lady Redhawks as good as anybody, and offensively, you know that the big three, Downs-Darden, Stevenson, and Baker, can score the ball. It's Mitchell inside. She'll kick out. Little stutter by Curry, and Curry will jump up for two. Southside in front, 2-0. Creekwood in the road. Oh, my goodness. Downs-Darden will be called for a charge. It's a pretty terrible call, in my humble opinion. She put the forearm out, and I think it was Askins that flopped on her there. So her first, team's first. Keys to the game tonight. Well, first you got to shake off that road dust. Don't be road weary as you come in here. And there's another steal by Creekwood. And Bryant needed some help. Now Downs-Darden doubled to Bryant. Can she find Coralie Grove? She can. Grove inside to Baker. Baker cross court to Downs-Darden, who cuts, reverses. She's fouled. She'll go to the line. And Askins already saying, I got ball. There's going to be some chippiness here tonight. We'll take this opportunity to get the rest of the keys to the game. Don't be road weary, but also follow the freshman. As Layla Downs-Darden goes, so goes this team, as far as we've seen so far. So if you're going to get a win, you're going to need Layla Downs-Darden to be great. Hitch your wagon to her. And finally, stop four. That's Askins here. Stop her, slow her down on both ends. Get in the way on the defensive end, but stop her on the offensive end. So far, she has not been effective. Both free throws by Layla Downs-Darden good. Hawks and Redhawks tied at 2 apiece, a minute and a half in first quarter. Southside works it around the outside. And Lacey hands it off to Cohill into the right corner for Curry, and we'll get a whistle. And a timeout taken by Southside. That's curious to me, to say the least, as they were just in a half-court set. So a 30-second timeout here. We'll hang on to it, as I'm still trying to catch my breath getting set up here. Creekwood, as I was saying before the Downs-Darden offensive foul, Creekwood in the road navies with red letters and side panels. Jackson Southside home whites with red numerals and side panels. Downs-Darden knocks that one away, and it's taken away. Third turnover by Southside. Downs-Darden looking for Bryant, and off of Kendall's hands, and out and running is Curry. Curry, a little stutter, lays it up good. She's got the first 4. They told me to watch for Askins, but I would watch for Curry. And now We're going to have a travel on Grove. Downs Darden avoided the charge. It was Lacey trying to take that charge. (4-2). The Hawks in front. And Cohill will take the deep 2. That's no good. Rebound tracked down by Stevenson and knocked away. It'll stay with Creekwood. And now a long whistle for the sub. Checking into the game for, checking into the game for Lacey is number 1, Amara Cook. Downs Darden turns it over. South side, back to work. From my perspective, they're moving back to front. Creekwood coming towards me in this one. I'm setting the inline, so I apologize for any miscommunications that might cause. Cook thought about the 3. Now Cohill, they work it around straight away. Left side to Curry. Curry centers the ball between the circles. 3 minutes into the first quarter, Creekwood trailing 4-2. Curry, step back jumper. Good, and she's got 6. Creekwood has yet to take a shot from the floor. Bryant, they're going to say she carried. This same official has had all 3 negative calls for Creekwood. There was an offensive foul, and now a carry, and a few moments ago, it was a travel. He's had all 3. Now Cook will bring it into the front court. Knocked away. Creekwood with another takeaway. That's their 4th. And Southside trying to slow down Layla Downs Darden. She gets a screen, crosses over, and backs it out to midcourt. Now she'll drive, puts the floater up on the rim. No good. First field goal attempt of the game, though. And rebound Southside. Curry with all 6 of Southside's points. She'll drive to the free throw line, kicks. Askins for 2. That's good. And it's 8-2 Creekwood. Lob into Stevenson. Stevenson finds Downs Darden, and it's full court press all the way for Southside. Grove comes into the left corner, off to Bryant. Bryant looked to be fouled. Instead of diagonal pass to Stevenson. She'll go up through the contact. Good. The gym said Abby Baker, but it was clearly Carly Stevenson. She muscled her way through the contact. 8-4 Creekwood trails, and now you can kind of settle it down a little bit. Curry thought about the 3, now finds Mitchell. Mitchell drives down the left side, lays it up, no good. Rebound Downs Darden. They will not press. Well, that's not true. Cohill will stay back there and bang on Layla Downs Darden, and finally will draw the call. Cohill just leaning on Downs Darden. Her first, team's second. And back into the game comes Lacey. She pops in for Curry, the leading scorer in this one. And a quick inbound to Downs Darden, and she puts it up and good. Give her 4. Creekwood trails 8-6. 3:15 to play first quarter. Now Lacey back into the game, wants to go left side to Mitchell. Mitchell looking, finds Askins, who's blocked. No. Oh, jump ball. Jump ball, possession arrow favors Creekwood. It was Downs Darden tying them up. And we got substitutions. Let's see. It was Cook coming out. I didn't see who came in, but Killebrew checks in for Downs Darden. And Creekwood into the front court. Killebrew thought about the 3. Now Grove, probably should have taken it. Bryant wants to get it inside to Stevenson. Cut off. Cross court. Grove, head fake, can't shoot. Now Killebrew to Grove. On the right side, spins. Trying to get it to Stevenson. Can she do it? Needs to call the timeout, and they're quick on the 5-second call. You're going to have to get it out of there if you are Creekwood. And now we got a whistle. The official was not going to let Downs Darden check back into the game. Creekwood's second 5-second count tonight. Southside leading 8-6, 2.5 to play first quarter. They've got the ball, and a kick out to Cohill. And a turnover. I missed the call there. Maybe a carry. We've seen a lot of those so far. Downs Darden crosses over in the backcourt. She draws the double to Bryant. Bryant has a chance for a quickie. It's Grove into the paint, and they'll call it travel. She was hit clearly by Mitchell, and they'll call it travel. West Tennessee officials are just different. Every coach I've ever covered will tell you that when you come past Jackson, it's going to be a beat-em-up ball game. So you got to be prepared for that. The Lady Redhawks trying to adjust. There just are not going to be a lot of contact calls. Lacey thought about a three. Now hands off to Curry. Curry will take the three. That's way off the mark. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Lacey. Lacey wants to drive in, jump, put it up high. No good. Rebound, Downs Darden. Oh, they'll say she was out of bounds. It looked to me like she chucked it off, but I'm not, 110 feet away. Checking out of the game is Mitchell. I think Cook came back in for her. They get it into Curry, and Curry traveled. I tell you what, this officiating crew is having their moment. I'll put it that way. Creekwood's on a 4-0 run, but nobody in rhythm. Diagonal pass all the way across the court, actually, to Stevenson. Now Grove back to Downs Darden. And Layla turned it over. Askins out and running. Stops, dishes, and Downs Darden just ripped it out of her hands. Layla pushing, and they'll say offensive foul. That is a garbage call. That is an absolute garbage call. Unfortunately, we're not video streaming this one, but I'll get the highlights posted tomorrow. And injured on the play is Lacey, and I hate that she's down like that, but Downs Darden was coming up the floor, and Lacey just flat out flopped. And it's going to be the second foul on Downs Darden. Team second as well. I apologize if you're listening at home. I'll have to adjust to West Tennessee officiating as well. But we'll get there. Curry thought about the three, steps back, cut off by Grove. Now it's Askins outside, tries to drive, doubled. She kicks. Cook wants to penetrate. Killebrew cuts her off, and Curry will take the three. No good. Rebound. Grove off to Bryant. Bryant, bothered by Cohill, into the front court. Picked up her dribble to Grove. Grove, bothered up top. She's picked up 2 5 counts. Now she'll drive, breaks, and gets it to Killebrew on the left wing high. Grove, left side, wants to drive. Now finds Bryant straight away. Bryant looking for Baker, had her for a moment. Killebrew. Killebrew with 34 seconds left. Needs some help. Gets it to a cutting. No, taken away by Askins. Askins cut off by Stevenson. Tries to go, gets her man in the air. Blocked! Askins will pull it back down, though. Out to Curry. Curry throws it off the foot of Baker, and it'll be Southside basketball, baseline inbound with 19 seconds to go first quarter. Creekwood hanging in there 8-6. They trail it. Curry lobs it all the way up top to Cohill. And now Askins will set the offense. Fast and furious we've gone, but not a lot on the scoreboard. Askins gets a crossover move, kicks to the corner. Curry loads up for three. That's good. And Creekwood will not get another look. They trail it 11-6 as we go to the break. 8 minutes in, Creekwood down 5 here on the RFC Sports Network. Welcome back on the RFC Sports Network. As Creekwood trails 11-6 after one, they will start with the basketball. I'm sorry, Southside will start with the basketball. Cook, as Downs Darden is checked back in. Now Askins blocked by Stevenson. Grove pulls the board and gets it off to Downs Darden. Downs Darden bumped and a foul. And that foul's going to be called on number 1. That's Cook. No, correction. That's on Curry. Her first, team's first of the quarter. Curry has 9 of the 11 points here for the Southside Lady Hawks. Downs Darden surveying the defense, finds Grove, and they'll say Downs Darden traveled. Everything is some kind of call here tonight. Officials have certainly played their part in this one, and I think both teams would tell you that it's been an issue. Or maybe they wouldn't. Maybe Southside at least is used to this. Cook will jump up for 2. And Creekwood down 7, 13-6. It really is just getting into the offense that's been the issue for the Lady Redhawks. Defense has been there, but the offense is absent. Baker, that pass was too tall, out of bounds, and back over to Southside. Cook walks it into the front court, cuts into the paint. Now outside it's Curry. Curry, another 3. That's way off the mark. And it's saved in to Bryant. Bryant is bothered. Oh my goodness. They will say she stepped on the inline. And Coach Wilson tells her, cross it over if they've got you pinned on that sideline. 6.5 to go first half. Cook looked like a double dribble. No call. Askins into the paint. Blocked again. And we'll have a fortuitous bounce. It got through to Dilworth. She put it up and good. And the foul is on Grove. Her first, team's first of the second quarter. Dilworth to the line for 1. Free throw is good. Creekwood in a big hole, down 10. They're going to have to find the offense. Typically this season, that has revolved around Stevenson, Baker, and Downs Darden. But Layla has not been able to get it going, and the post game has been non-existent either. So then it falls to someone else, and Downs Darden needs to get it, and does, to Bryant. Bryant for 3 off the side of the backboard. Curry, she's got an open floor. Can Grove get there? No. And Curry into double figures in the first half. Creekwood on the ropes. They'll take a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. 5:55 to go here in the first half. 18-6, Lady Redhawks trailing. They have not been in this spot very often this season. The reality, though, has been the defense for Creekwood has been fairly solid. They've got lots of turnovers. They've forced tough shots for the Lady Hawks. But the offense has, well, you can put it together for yourself. We're over 2 minutes into the second quarter with no points in the quarter. Baker dumps it down for Stevenson. She's banged on, puts it up and good, no call. Carly's got 4. Creekwood trims it down to 18-8. Southside works it to the left side. And Curry now on the right wing. Up top, it's Cook. Sets the offense. The count is on. Cook bothered, and she traveled. Yeah. Downs Darden stepped all the way out to the midcourt circle and forced Cook into a turnover. Downs Darden has several inches of length on Cook and was just able to stymie her. But now again, the offense has got to answer. Downs Darden drives in, bothered, puts it up off the side of the backboard, no good. Rebound Cook. And Stevenson roving, can't do anything about it. Curry lays it up and good. 20-12, or 20-8, I should say. Creekwood trails by 12. 4:50 to play first half. Grove lobs it across the court to Bryant, back straight up to Grove. Now Baker outside. Downs Darden, she wants to drive. Gets into the traffic, flips it up, no good. Rebound loose on the floor. Downs Darden comes out of there with it. Layla, deep two, that's no good. Rebound, Dilworth. And that possession, it seemed like maybe Downs Darden pressing a bit. One of those, nobody else is getting it done, I'm going to try. Askins now on the left wing. That's who I was warned about. Now Cook will take a three. That's no good. Rebound, out of bounds. And they'll say Southside basketball. Dilworth checks out. Back into the game comes Lacey, also in Kemp. And a shot up, no good. Rebound, Askins. Askins picks up the dribble, finds Curry. Curry, traveled. Right, wrong, or indifferent, whether you agree with the calls, you don't agree with the calls, doesn't really matter. There have just been a lot of calls. Just a lot. Downs Darden tries to drive, cut off, circles back, goes right side to Grove. In the corner to Baker, inside Stevenson through the contact, no good. Rebound, Downs Darden knocked to the floor. The ball is loose on the floor. Possession arrow will go to Creekwood. Downs Darden pulled the board and was knocked to the floor. No call. Bryant lobs it into Stevenson. Stevenson gets a screen, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Darden. Absolutely absurd. The player tripped over Layla's feet. And that is her third, team second. Guthrie set to check in at the next dead ball. But for the moment, it'll be Downs Darden with three. The shot by Mitchell up over Baker is good, 22-8. And this was the concern coming in. Montgomery Central, and again, I said this on our last broadcast, they're no measuring stick. But at halftime, Southside led Montgomery Central 51-8. I would imagine if they got calls like we've seen here tonight, I would imagine that's how they got there. But overall, this has been a tough one for Creekwood. Curry for three, no good. Bryant pulls the board. Guthrie picks up her dribble, goes high post to Baker. Baker down low to Stevenson. She spins, kicks out Guthrie, back into Baker. Loose ball taken away by Cohill. Cohill to Askins. Askins wants to run. She's cut off, hand in the face for Baker, but Askins scores, and now it's 24-8. Creekwood simply cannot score the ball right now. And I'll tell you, typically I can offer some suggestion. I don't have one. That pass was tipped. Stevenson goes through the contact. Oh! The official says on the floor. It will be a foul. I apologize. They did count the basket. Stevenson will go to the line. The foul is on Curry, her second. She'll check out. Stevenson to the line for one shot. Free throw is good. Stevenson has 7. It's 24-11. Creekwood trailing, 150 to play here in the first half. Need a couple of stops. If you can go to the break down inside of double figures, I think you feel okay about that. Creekwood will try to string back-to-back possessions together. There's a knockaway, though. Killebrew threw it into the hands of Askins. Askins kicks it to the short corner. Stevenson in the way, and Lacey misses the shot. Stevenson pulls the board, and she'll bring it up herself. If you can have back-to-back baskets without giving anything up, Baker gets it doubled, put it up, no good, rebound, and they're going to call a foul on Stevenson. Baker got her face raked on the way up. That's a no call, but Askins draws the foul on Stevenson on the rebound. Her first, team's third. Creekwood will extend their defense. They're almost playing a 3-2 now instead of a 2-3. Mitchell tries to drive, goes cross court, loose ball, controlled by Mitchell, and she'll score it. And I apologize, that was Askins with the basket. Bryant will take a 3. That's offline and will go out of bounds untouched to Jackson Southside. 26-15. Lady Hawks lead the Lady Red Hawks. Askins into the front court. Now it's Lacey. They go inside through the hands of Mitchell, and Grove is tied up in the backcourt to Killebrew. Now Bryant. They've got numbers for a moment, but couldn't take advantage. Bryant to Grove up top. Right side Killebrew. Back to Grove. Inside, turned it over. Now it's loose on the floor. Askins will have it with 5, 4. She crosses over. It's swatted away, and it'll be Creekwood basketball with 1.4. I don't know what they can do with it in 1.4, but they've got a shot here. And they won't do anything. They'll let the quarter come to an end. We'll step aside for a break. 26-11. Creekwood trails it. Dixon Insurance halftime show up next on the RFC Sports Network. Welcome back on the RFC Sports Halftime Show, brought to you by Dixon Insurance. Certainly not going the way that the Lady Red Hawks wanted. At the end of the first, Creekwood trailed 8-6. At the end of the half, they now trail 26-11. They're going to have to find some giddy up in the third quarter to get back in this one. Individual scoring for Jackson Southside, they were led by Curry, who had 13. There's 2 apiece for Askins and Mitchell, 3 for Dilworth, and 2 for Cook. For Creekwood, they're led in scoring by Carly Stevenson, who has 7. Layla Downs-Darden has 4. Downs-Darden has been saddled with fouls. She picked up 2 in the first and her 3rd in the second. I believe, I'd have to go back and look, but I believe they were all offensive fouls, which is, of course, a struggle in and of itself. But as I mentioned during the broadcast, they're honestly shy of scheduling games in West Tennessee. There's not a good way to simulate what it is that West Tennessee officiating actually looks like. There's just no way to get it across to players until they've seen it. And West Tennessee officiating looks like this. They'll call a lot of charges. Flops they will call a flop as an offensive foul. So you have to be aware of that. The other major issue is they're not going to call a lot of defensive contact. That creates issues. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. Step aside for a break, and second half adjustments next on the RFC Sports Network. Welcome back on the RFC Sports Network. 101.5 The Ride, streaming online at WDKN.com. If you click on our sports tab when you're there, you'll see there are 2 links. One has the Creekwood game 1, the Dixon game. Speaking of Dixon, scoreboard update brought to you by the Roxy Movie Theater. Go to Roxy8.com for all your local listings. Dixon County trails Clarksville 39-11 at the half. Both schools with an uphill battle in the second half. And Creekwood, to make an adjustment here, they still haven't come out of the locker room, but if they're going to adjust and come away with the win, defense doesn't need to change. But the offensive side of the ball, I think there are two things in play. One, take some quicker shots. And what I mean by that is if you get position in the low block and they get the ball to you, you just got to put it up. Simple as that. Hope you draw a contact. From outside, though, defense has been crushing, but there have been a couple of skip passes across the lane that have opened up three-point shooters. Do not hesitate to pull the trigger wherever you're at with the ball. We'll step aside for a break. Second half next. 26-11, Creekwood trails on the RFC Sports Network. Welcome back on the RFC Sports Network. A foul on Carly Stevenson turns into free throws for Mitchell. The softest defensive call we've seen all night. Second free throw is good. First one no good. 27-11. Downstarden overthrows Stevenson, and Lady Hawks back to work. Three by Lacey. Offline, no good. Rebound, Downstarden. She's been stymied thus far, and I know that's frustrating for her. Grove thought about the three, instead finds Stevenson cutting, spins into the lane, lays it up and good. Carly Stevenson with 9 of the 13 on the board. Defense forces a carry, or a travel, and got some rowdiness here. The officials are going to come together because the Southside coach has been yelling about it. And now they'll wave off the whistle. Never seen that in all my days. The far side official came in and said, no, she didn't travel, and they gave the ball back to Southside. Southside coach got what he wanted out of that, though. Work it around the outside does JSS. Askins wants to drive. Creekwood defense interface, as they've been most of the night. And a turnover, Baker to Stevenson. And Creekwood with a chance to start trimming this lead. And go diagonal pass to Grove, inside to Baker. Those passes are not there. That soft bounce or even the lob, it just hasn't been there. The only adjustment you can make there is having Stevenson or Baker come to the ball instead of waiting for it. Knock away by Grove. Stevenson has it, missed Downstarden. Had a chance at a breakaway. Now Downstarden spins into the lane, picks up the dribble, right corner. Oh, Grove thought about the three, picks up her dribble, needs help, gets it to Bryant. Bryant, she's got Stevenson, and they missed her. The defense on the outside has just taken everything away. Baker cross court to cross the lane to Stevenson, taken away by Askins. It's the length of Jackson Southside that's doing it here tonight. 27-13, Creekwood trails 2 minutes, 15 seconds into the second quarter. And we got a timeout Southside. The coach was on the floor before the timeout was called. No issue with that, I suppose. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. Step aside for 30 seconds. 27-13, Creekwood trails it. Back in a moment on the RFC Sports Network. Welcome back on the RFC Sports Network. Creekwood will force a jump ball turnover coming out of the timeout. The Lady Redhawks will have it with the length of the court to go, trailing 27-13. Baker will inbound, full court press once again by Southside. They get it into Bryant. Bryant can walk it up if she chooses. Now she'll find Downs Darden. Downs Darden picks up the double, lobs it to Grove. Grove comes center court to Baker. Baker, a couple of bounces to Bryant. Now Stevenson, she'll try to drive, goes up through the contact on the rim. No good, rebound tipped around, loose ball on the floor. Baker on the floor for it. Instead, Curry will have it, or Dilworth has it. Askins into the front court. Crosses over through the trees, put it up, no good. Rebound, no call on Dilworth, and that's got to, it's got to be an over the back, no call, and no call on the grab after the fact. It is frustrating. I don't know how Coach Wilson has not lost his mind in this one. And a travel on Grove. No, correction, travel on Curry. I thought Grove had stolen the ball the way that she reacted. Travel on Curry. Downs Darden quick to Stevenson. Stevenson flying into the front court. Flips it inside to Baker, turns it over. Now it's Lacey on the left wing. Up top to Curry. Curry down low to Cohill. Cohill outside, saved by Lacey. 4.5 minutes to play third quarter. They go inside to Dilworth, and that's going to be a charge. Charge on Dilworth, taken by Stevenson. Dilworth's first, team's first. Baker into Stevenson. Back to Baker. Nobody's coming to Abby. She can bring it up herself. Now Stevenson got to get it across the timeline. And a timeout by Creekwood. A full timeout. We'll take it as well. 27-13, Creekwood trails it midway through the third quarter on the RFC Sports Network. It's the Battle of the Birds here on the RFC Sports Network. Red Hawks versus Hawks, Creekwood versus Jackson Southside. Creekwood trails by 14, but they lead the quarter 2-1. That's where we're at. Grove gets out of traffic. Stevenson knocked to the floor. Baker draws a double, puts it up through the contact, no call. Askins with the rebound. They go inside to Dilworth, and it's off of Stevenson out of bounds. And Stevenson, I don't read lips well, but I just saw her say to Baker, they keep tripping me. We've had no calls on tripping tonight except against Downs Darden. It's Curry on the left wing, now up top to Lacey. Lacey draws the double, inside to Askins, down low to Cohill, blocked from behind by Downs Darden. Freshman showing the athleticism here. 3:25 left here in the third. Curry on the left wing, goes around Baker, bothered by Grove, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound Bryant, off to Downs Darden. Up the right side of the floor, scoops out to Grove. Now Stevenson, oh, she has a seal, does Baker, but they can't get it to her. Now Downs Darden up top, tries to drive. No shot, but the foul will be on Curry. Her third, team's second. Sideline inbound was a beautiful shot by Downs Darden. They get it into her in the paint. She turns around, puts it up and good. Her first basket in a long while. Layla's got 6. Creekwood trims the lead to 12. Curry stepped on the sideline, no call there. Lacey goes in through the contact, puts it up and good. The officials have made some excellent calls tonight. They've also made some that make you scratch your head. Askins there, hops into the lane, kicks out. Now Curry traveled. Creekwood turned it over. Jackson Southside turns it over. 29-15. The lead still at 14. Baker into Downs Darden, to Grove, to Bryant at midcourt. Now quick pass onto the right wing for Stevenson. 2:20 to play, third quarter. They go in the right corner to Bryant. Now back to Downs Darden, jumps up for 3. That's way off the mark, too strong. Rebound Askins. It's a good look, just a little too much juice on it. Lacey double dribbled. Oh, they're gonna call the push. Push on Downs Darden is her 4th. Lacey caught the ball and bounced it. Picked it back up and bounced it again. It's a tough night for Downs Darden and company. Jackson Southside will have another look at it here with 2 minutes to go, third quarter. They go high post to Askins, back outside to Lacey. Lacey bothered by Killebrew, who just checked in for Downs Darden. Lacey flips across the lane to Curry, puts up the soft one, no good. Rebound, Grove. Grove needs some help, loses it, still needs help, finds Stevenson, now a cutting Bryant, and she loses the handle, and it's loose on the floor. Killebrew's got it. Killebrew to Grove. Grove loads up for 3. Left side, no good. Rebound, Baker repositions up and good. First points of the night for Baker, 29-17. Creekwood trying to claw their way back in. They'll jump into the press. It's Curry on the left side. On my left side. Floor right side. Askins. Now Lacey centers the ball. 1:05 to play, third quarter. Lacey on the left wing. She's doubled out to midcourt. Loses it, and it's off of Killebrew, out of bounds. That's tough. The double came and forced Lacey back to midcourt, and she coughed it up. Now Cook will check in for Cohill to get an extra guard on the floor, which in theory would favor the Lady Redhawks on this comeback trail because they have 2 big post players. Near travel there, Askins up over Stevenson, good. She's got 6. Bryant goes left side to Stevenson. Lead back to 14 for Southside. Bryant thought about the three, goes left side. Grove thought about the three. She'll drive, loses the handle. And they'll say she carried it? I didn't even think she was dribbling the ball. I thought she had picked up her dribble. I'm 120 feet away, though. So if she was dribbling down there, it makes sense that she carried it. She was in a double. 25 seconds to go, third quarter. Askins outside Lacey. Now Curry on the left side. Cook wants to drive, goes inside, and she's going to be fouled by Baker, is Dilworth. Baker's first, team's third, with 17.9 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Free throws coming for Jackson Southside. Dilworth puts it up good. Askins and Curry check out. They'll get a breather for them by bringing in Kemp, and Cohill re-entered. Second free throw also good for Dilworth. She's got 5, 3 of them at the line. Bryant to Stevenson. Stevenson back to Bryant. Got to front court the ball here, and Stevenson does. 9 seconds left. Grove. They've got Guthrie in to get a three-point look. Stevenson to Guthrie, and no shot. Creekwood unaware of the time on the clock, and we will go to the fourth quarter. Lady Redhawks trailing 33-17. Back in a moment on the RFC Sports Network. Welcome back on the RFC Sports Network. 33-17. Creekwood trails it, and Jackson Southside will get the ball to start the fourth quarter. On the floor for Creekwood, Downs Darden back in playing with 4 fouls. Corley Grove, and they get a steal. Downs Darden had the run out. She'll pull up. Mid-range jumper good. 8 points for Downs Darden. Creekwood back down by 14, and a knock away by Stevenson to Grove. Grove to Stevenson. Downs Darden comes and gets the ball on the left side. She wants to drive, and they'll say she traveled. My goodness. It's the defense. I want to give appropriate credit. It's the defense of Southside that has made a huge difference here tonight in what Creekwood's been able to do. But the calls have been hard to handle. Askins had a little wolf behind her, picked it up, gets it off to Curry. Curry on the right side, now left side to Lacey. Lacey draws the double, loses the handle for a moment, drives in on Baker, down low Askins, flips it up and good. 8 points for Jaden Askins. She's had a solid night. Downs Darden doubled on the sideline to Baker. Baker to Bryant, straight away up top, back to Downs Darden. She wants to drive. Tried to take a charge, did Southside. 3, no good. Baker put it back up, no good. Askins with the board. Askins drives, puts it up, good. She's in double figures for Southside, and the lead its largest at 18. Grove Inside Baker. Baker position, puts it up through the contact, no good. And they're going to call the foul on Baker on the rebound. Her second, team's first of the fourth. Creekwood jumps into a 2-2-1 press. 6:20 to play. And the way things are going right now, 6:20 on the season, but Bryant with an interception. Finds Grove. Grove comes up the left side. Needs some help, gets it to Baker in the left corner. Baker, diagonal pass to Bryant, straight away up top. It's Downs Darden, and she was tripped by Lacey. Her first, team's first. Downs Darden had a rip down the right side of the lane. The one thing that I will say, if Creekwood can get something going, Askins and Kemp, as Askins picks that one off, there's some fatigue for Southside. There a takeaway by Askins, a turnover by Southside. Shot up, no good. Rebound, loose, and it's going to be out of bounds to Creekwood. But you can see a couple of Southside players, Creekwood's defense has got them a little bit gassed here. They've had to go the full length of the floor all night long. Downs Darden drives in, goes baseline, puts it up, no good, but she'll go to the line. Let's see who the foul is on. The foul is on Askins, her second, team second. Downs Darden at the free throw line. First free throw, rolls over the front of the rim, no good. Well, the free ones will come back to get you even in a game like this. Second one brims out, no good. 0 for 2 at the line there for Downs Darden. 5.5 to play. Cook has it in the front court to Cohill, who goes baseline, and Baker just takes it away, and then Bryant wasn't looking for the pass, and Curry comes away with it, up and good. Curry with 15 of the 39. Grove gets it into the front court. The lead is now 20. Downs Darden turns it on. Floater good. She's got 10. A near throwaway. Mitchell over Baker. She steps around. She traveled, right? She traveled. Yeah. They took a really long time. The baseline official, Mitchell, had already turned to go up court. The whistle blew, but he wasn't making a call. Bryant to Downs Darden, trying to string back-to-back baskets together for the first time in a while. Baker inside Stevenson. It's knocked away, and Cook wants to run to Curry. Curry picks up the dribble. Now one bounce to Cook. Cook to the right elbow, puts the shot up high, no good. Rebound. Askins comes in, takes out her own player, and Stevenson with the board. And the official will call a timeout for Mitchell, but Mitchell will have to check out of the game for that timeout. It's probably the right call, but it is a frustrating call to stop it there because Creekwood had pulled the board and had runners. Downs Darden, knocked to the floor. Diagonal pass to Grove on the left wing. Into the left corner for Baker. Down low to Bryant. Bryant can't shoot. Back out Corley Grove. Loads up left side three. In and out, no good. Bryant with the board. One bounce. And she's fouled. I'm not sure what Curry's doing. Oh, Curry's got a cramp. Foul is on Cohill, her second, team's third. Baseline inbound, 4:05 to play here in the fourth quarter. Creekwood down by 18. Points are going to have to come fast and furious to hang around in this one. Had to clean up a little sweat as Curry went to the floor. Stevenson gets it. Left side into the corner for Bryant. Bryant up top to Downs Darden. Crosses over in through the contact. Ball tipped around and Askins has it. Jaden wants to run. She gets into the paint, cross the lane. Beautiful pass. Dilworth with the basket. Give her 7. And the lead back to 20. 3:40 to play. Downs Darden puts the floater up. No good. Gets her own board. And an errant pass tracked down by Grove. Grove, right wing, high post to Baker. Baker lobs it for Stevenson. Askins comes for it and loses it out of bounds. Baseline inbound now for Bryant to Stevenson. Gets a screen, goes left low block outside to Baker. Baker, now Bryant, she'll load up for 3. That shot off, no good. Rebound, Stevenson puts it up on the glass, good. And a timeout, Creekwood. Stevenson into double figures, she's got 11. Creekwood trails it by 18 with the timeout on the floor with 3:14 to play. Reminder, tomorrow night we've got doubleheader action again. Both boys squads playing at 7:30 tomorrow night. Creekwood boys, and both of those games, by the way, start time's tentative due to the fact that they're game number 2 of the night. But Creekwood will take on the Jackson Southside boys. Dixon County will draw Springfield in a match of teams with regular season losing records, but a great chance to advance on to a region final for both squads tomorrow night. We'll have coverage for you starting at approximately 7:15. Cohill is trapped, gets it off to Lacey. Lacey to Askins. Askins to Dilworth. Up through Stevenson and good. Downs Darden finds Bryant. Now Grove thought about the 3, has it knocked away. Reverses it to Downs Darden. Layla wants to drive, goes baseline, kicks across to Bryant. Bryant can't shoot. Into the high post, Baker to Stevenson. Now left side Bryant, diagonal pass. Downs Darden was open, but the pass was high. She kicks to Bryant on the left wing. Now Grove into the right corner for Stevenson. Stevenson to Bryant, backdoor to Baker, and it's too hot for Abby Baker. Turn it over. Askins goes the whole way and lays it in and good. She's got 12. And Grove on the left wing. Creekwood trailing by 22. 3 by Downs Darden is too strong. Rebound, Cook has it. She wants to run. She'll lay it in and good. Under 2 to play. Let's see if either team starts to get some subs in. Stevenson puts it up and no good. Rebound, tipped around, loose ball on the floor, out of bounds. South side. No, Creekwood. There's a warning on the south side coach. Baker gets it on the inbound, up and good. She's got 4. Minute 30 to play. Lacey to Askins, baseline, gets it to Dilworth. Great passing, and a layup is good. Dilworth into double figures, 1:14 to play. Neither team has sent subs to the bench. That's going to be a foul. It'll send Downs Darden to the line. Shot no good. Foul is on Kemp. Her first, team's 4th. Downs Darden will go to the line. I apologize, it was 22 Dilworth, not 12 Kemp. Her second, team's 4th. And we're trying to clean some sweat up off the floor. Kemp will actually check in. She wasn't even on the floor. Look at me doing my job. We will not have coverage of it, but coming up after this game, the other region semi, I believe that's Sycamore and Chester County. Yeah, Sycamore and Chester County coming up. Downs Darden hits the first. She's got 11. Second one, good as well. Make it 12 for Layla Downs Darden. And a steal there, loose ball on the floor. Downs Darden is knocked to the floor, and she's going to go back to the line. Foul is on Dilworth, her third, team's fifth. And Downs Darden will shoot 2 more. A little bit surprised to see neither team trying to get the bench in. First one is good. Second one, also good. And Downs Darden up to 14 on the night. She and Stevenson have been bright spots tonight. Of course, Downs Darden hampered by foul trouble in the first half. Askins crosses over, had it knocked away for a moment, gets it back. Now Cook. Cook backs up, diagonal pass. Inside they go to Dilworth, and Dilworth just lost it out of bounds. Downs Darden with 45 seconds left. Walks it into the front court. Now goes right side to Bryant. Bryant diagonal pass to Grove. Grove into the corner, Baker. 35 seconds to go. Downs Darden takes out Coralie Grove, and then Downs Darden goes to the floor. Bryant to Baker to Stevenson. Outside to Grove. Grove to Downs Darden for 3. That's no good. Rebound. Down low to Askins. Askins gets it off to Cook. Cook to Askins with 14. And Askins will back it out and flip it off to Lacey. And that'll do it. They'll let the clock run dry. And the season will come to a close for Creekwood as they fall 49-29. To Jackson Southside in the region semis. We'll step aside.
Number 11, Carter Thomason.
Welcome back on the RFC Sports Network. Starting lineups are being announced as Jackson Southside in the road blacks with red numerals and letters trimmed in white. They will go with the starting 5 of Burns, Graham. Well, here, I'll give you full names here. Jamarian Burns, Simeon Graham, Robert Liggins, Jamarian Grimes, and C.J. Cole. For Creekwood in the home whites with red numerals and side panels trimmed in navy, they will go with Jamison Ford, Carter Thomason, Eli Edmondson, Raken Howard, and Grayson Walker. Thomason set to jump against Grimes, the freshman. Creekwood will move. I did this last night with the girls game. Front to back, I guess. They'll move away from me here tonight as I call the action. That's going to filter how things come out on the radio. Ball is in the air. Grimes wins it. No. Creekwood wins it, but it's saved by Cole. Thomason actually won that tip, and it played off of him. Southside will have the first possession. Creekwood in a 2-3 zone. Clog in that middle, trying to keep it away from Grimes. They lob it into Grimes, and Edmondson all over him, and it's knocked away. And Walker will pull it down. He finds Jamison Ford. That's the big difference, I would say, between last night and this night. This boys team has been physical all year. A player that's going to thrive in a lightly officiated game from a defensive foul perspective is Eli Edmondson. We saw him foul out the other night. Defensively, he wants to play up and tight. If he's allowed to play that way, he's going to have a great night. Ford rises up, puts the shot up, no good, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. That foul is on Cole, his first, team's first. I was talking with someone earlier. They said this is not like the Southside teams of old, if you will. This team comes in with 8 losses, 14-8 on the season. That is very unusual for the Hawks. Creekwood coming in at 19-8, and of course a district champion. Ford misses the second. Rebound pulled down violently by Graham, and quick in transition. Looked like a travel, instead Ford knocks it away. Saved by Liggins. They dump it inside, saved by Walker to Edmondson. Creekwood defensively has been tight. Howard will walk it up. 1:10 into the first quarter of this region semi. Edmondson on the left wing, little up fake. Now he'll center it right side to Thomason. Thomason has it poked away. Ball goes into the backcourt. And they'll call over and back, but it was clearly tipped. The ball was knocked away. The official will call over and back. Thomason and Edmondson baffled. Coach Taylor baffled, but that is the call. 6:30 to play first quarter. We're scoreless. Cole looking. They're trying to go inside. So far not there. And then Cole has it knocked away. Loose ball controlled by Burns, and Burns works it back up to midcourt. Hands off to Liggins. The point guard injured most of the first half of this season. Starting to round into form is what I was told. He's got it on the left wing. Now up top to Cole. He'll take the shot, blocked by Howard, and then we're going to have a foul underneath. That's going to be on Walker, and they'll say 2 shots. Fascinating. Walker's first, team's first, going to the line will be number 10. That's Simeon Graham. Graham, first one, offline, no good. Both teams have been to the line already. Graham will have another. Second one, in, out, no good. Rebound tracked down by Ford. So both teams have gone 0 for at the stripe. Howard splits a double to Ford to Walker. Thought about the 3. He draws a double. Ford to Howard. Howard dances into the paint, spins, unloads to Edmondson. Edmondson wants to drive outside. Howard into the left corner for Thomason. They work it onto the left wing with Walker. I'm sorry, that's Edmondson. He'll drive, puts the shot up, blocked ferociously. Looking at what Southside wants to do, I don't know if from a size perspective Creekwood's going to be able to work inside the way they might want to with Edmondson and Thomason, but they will be able to get some overplay, and Thomason does there. Cole flew past him. He put it up on the rim, no good. 2.5 minutes into the first quarter. We're still scoreless here at Chester County. Hawks work it around the outside. They go high post to Grimes. Grimes gets his man in the air, dumps it down low to Graham, and Graham puts the first points on the board. 2-0, Southside in front. Howard draws a double to Ford. Now Edmondson into the front court. He'll drive, lobs it. It kicks off the backboard. Howard, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound, Grimes. Flips it out for Liggins. Liggins spins into the paint, up and under, and they'll call a foul. Tough call there for Creekwood. The foul is going to be on Jamison Ford, his first, team second. So to the line goes Liggins. First one, good. Liggins will have another. Checking out of the game was Graham into the game. I missed his replacement. Second free throw is good. They'll sub in, and we'll get to that in a moment. That's number 15, who's not on my sheet. That's helpful. I got that sheet from the scorer's table. Edmondson will drive right up the middle of the court, flips it to Thomason. Now Walker steps around, shoots three, good. Natchez Trace Realty three-pointer. 4-3 Creekwood trails. Number 15, that's Mitchell. I believe that was his sister playing last night. He's got it in the left corner, drives, cut off by Edmondson. Off to Burns. Now Burns, one bounce to Goodman, who just checked into the game. They work it around the outside. They're playing 5 out at the moment. Maybe a travel there by Cole, who will take a three and puts it in and good. 7-3, Creekwood trails. 3:45 to play. First quarter, Howard has it taken away. And now the layup by Goodman, and that's going to force a timeout by Creekwood. 9-3, they trail it, 3:38 to go. First quarter, it's a 30-second timeout. Right now, much like last night with the Lady Redhawks, it's been the length and agility of the defense of Jackson Southside that has caused problems for Creekwood. The inability to get into an offensive set has been the big problem. If they can find that, defensively, they've held pat. Some of it is also just the sheer frustration of being pressed after every dead ball, which is what has happened to Creekwood so far. Ford looking for some help, gets it into Bradshaw, who just checked in. Now back to Ford. Flings it to Bradshaw at midcourt. He's doubled. Ford into the front court. He goes right into the middle of the paint, rises up, good. Jamison Ford answers back with a bucket. Under 3.5 to play first quarter. Bradshaw could be a big boost to them out front defensively. I like to say he's got that dog in him. And he closes the gap there for Goodman. It's Liggins in the left corner. Bouncing in is Goodman. He turns it over. Ford's got it. He's got Bradshaw with him. Bounce across the lane. It's blocked, and it'll go out of bounds. And it'll be Creekwood basketball. Gonna have to protect the ball. There's definitely some shot blockers in the lineup for this Southside crew, but Creekwood retains possession. They go high post Thomason, guarded by Cole. He spins, dumps it to Walker, who lays it up too strong, no good. And then Ford, a travel. Ford was going to steal it anyway, might have had a dunk out the other side. Instead, it's a travel, and sideline inbound for Creekwood. Again, defensively, perfectly fine. They've held their own. Got to find some buckets, though. Ford crosses over. He'll jump up for three. That's offline. Rebound pulled out by Liggins, and then a foul on, I think that's going to be on Thomason, and it is. His first, team's third. Bradshaw and Thomason will check out. Henderson and Fort into the game. 2.5 minutes to play. First quarter, Creekwood trailing 9-5. Region semifinals. If you win tonight, you play 2 more. One Thursday, one Saturday. Liggins tries to penetrate. Fort cuts him off. Now in the corner. And a travel. Liggins traveled. He drugged the foot. Creekwood basketball. Ford to inbound. 2-2-1 press still very much in effect. And it probably will be all night unless one team gets a big lead. Edmondson splits the double to Henderson. Cross the lane to Walker. Outside Fort. Fort slows it down to Ford. Now Fort on the left side. 2 minutes to play first quarter. Creekwood looking to cut this lead in half. Edmondson on the left wing. Tries to drive, cut off Henderson. Now Fort. Inside Walker, outside Ford, three, good! Natchez Trace Realty three-pointer for Jamison Ford. He's got 5. Creekwood down 1, a minute 30 to play here in the first quarter. DeMattis Henderson just took a huge charge. Charge it to the account of Mr. Mitchell. And turn that ball around. Creekwood has a chance for their first lead of the game here. They've got the ball 90 feet from their basket. Mitchell will check out. Back into the game comes Burns. That is the one area where these West Tennessee officials are willing to call some things that we might not see in Middle Tennessee. That being the charge. They like to whistle the charge. Henderson drives in, puts it up on the glass, no good. Rebound, Fort. Fort weaves out of traffic. He had Edmondson for a moment, picked up the dribble. No, held on to his dribble. Now gets it to Edmondson, right corner. 1:05 to play. Back to Greg Fort. Right side high into the corner for Walker. Risky pass there. Walker picked up his dribble. Left side Ford. Ford, step back three. No good. Rebound. Tracked down, and he's out of bounds. That was caught by Liggins, and he put a heel down on the inline. So another attempt here for Creekwood with 48.9 seconds to go. We'll see if Coach Taylor, after the inbound, if they don't have an immediate play on the inbound, if they want to hold for the final shot. Fort backs it out from the right side. Now Edmondson goes down low to Henderson. Outside, wide open. Walker, three. Good! Grayson Walker is 2 for 3 from outside. And Creekwood in front by 2. And Fort is in Liggins' kitchen. And it got loud in here all of a sudden. Creekwood fans getting fired up. 25 seconds to play first quarter. They've come back from down 9-3. On the back of Jamison Ford and the sharp shooting of Grayson Walker with 15 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Southside content to hold. Now they'll activate with 8. Cole tries to drive, draws the double. He traveled. He traveled. Yes! Creekwood basketball with 5.8 seconds to go. Here in the first quarter, they'll get one more look. We'll see what they draw up. They may be content to go to the break. Ford gets it into Fort. He had Edmondson with 2, with 1. Can he heave it? He does, but it's way off the mark, and we will go to the second quarter. Creekwood holds a 2-point advantage, 11-9. Back in a moment on the RFC Sports Network. Creekwood faithful have traveled out well. They are to my left in the lower bowl, and they're rowdy tonight. They were all over Southside on that last possession. Creekwood will have it here, leading 11-9, going on an 8-0 run to close out the first quarter. Southside has jumped into a 2-3 zone, which I believe, favors Creekwood. Oh my goodness! Backdoor lob. Jamison Ford catches it in front of the glass and lays it in. 13-9. Creekwood by Ford. Raken Howard with the assist. Now Southside tries to answer. Ford right there defensively. Liggins misses the shot. Henderson with the block. Loose ball tipped around. It's going to be Creekwood basketball. Whew. I think they've got me fired up in here tonight. It's been a while since we've had that kind of fun. Creekwood basketball. They're on a 10-0 run, and Howard working on Liggins to Ford. Now Ford into the front court to Fort. Right side. Looked like he traveled through the double. Flips it to Edmondson. Up on the glass. Good. Eli Edmondson. Johnny on the spot. Coming to the aid of his point guard. 15-9. Creekwood in front. A 12-0 run. Carter Thomason will check back in at the next dead ball. Creekwood in this 2-3 zone. It has aided them well. Liggins, they go left side to Burns. Burns, diagonal pass, gets it off to Goodman in the right corner. It's Grimes, no good. Rebound tipped around. Henderson. Henderson gets a screen. I'm sorry, Fort gets a screen, and now he'll curl it out. 6:15 to play first half. Edmondson, left side Howard. Howard will set the offense. Crosses over, backed out to Edmondson. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Creekwood. 6 minutes to play first half. Liggins out, Henderson out. Cole in, Thomason in. They get it in up top to Fort. 15-9, Creekwood by 6. Howard for 3. That's in and out. No good. Rebound tipped loose. Blocked by Henderson off of Graham, but he'll control it. Now he picks up his dribble. They flip it around left side. Cole takes a 3. Good. First points since it was 9-3. And Creekwood's lead cut in half. Fort tied up, and he'll get a timeout. He drew a double. And he'll take a timeout to save the possession. Well, 15-12, Creekwood in front, 5:28 to play first half. You could see it on the last couple of possessions. The Southside has really ratcheted up the defensive pressure. Creekwood is capable of handling it, and we've seen it much more effectively than a lot of teams when they come west like this. That has been a tough thing year over year. It'll be a sideline inbound for Ford. Bradshaw checked back in for Fort, so it's Bradshaw, Howard, Ford, Walker, and Thomason on the floor for Creekwood. Grimes is all over Howard. He drives in, scoops it onto the glass. No good. Rebound. Walker, no good. Gets his own board, puts it back in, and good. Grayson Walker with 8. 17-15, Creekwood in front. Walker also with a pair of offensive boards there. Howard's going to step out on defense. Creekwood sticking to that 2-3 zone. It has not hurt them. It's Graham, turns around, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Ford takes it off the glass to Bradshaw. 4:45, Howard nearly goes backcourt. Now he drives in, scoops to Thomason, lays it in, and good. Creekwood is carving them up with penetration right now. And a timeout, Southside. You know, one thing that has this Creekwood crowd a little fired up tonight, one thing that has this team a little fired up, as we hit the timeout, Creekwood leading 19-12. Right before this game, Chester County knocked off Fairview. And at the end of the game, which Chester County won, I believe, by 17, their student section was sitting down in front of me. And their chant at the end of the game, as the clock was winding down, was, "We want Southside." Creekwood fans didn't like that much. I heard a few of them talking about it. They just didn't care for it much. And with good reason. And now Creekwood seems to be playing with a touch of a chip on their shoulder. They're trying to get to that region final on Thursday night. 19-12, they lead it. Southside basketball. Kick to the left side to Goodman. Goodman into the corner for Cole. That three's an air ball, and Ford pulls down the rebound. Ford crosses over into midcourt, flips it to Howard, guarded by Grimes. Howard spins out and throws it wide of Ford. That's fascinating to me that they have the freshman Grimes, who is clearly going to be very good, guarding Rakin Howard. I would have thought his assignment tonight would have been Jamison Ford, but that has not been the case. Under 4 to go first half. Creekwood by 7. A knockaway by Alex Bradshaw. And we got a whistle. That'll be a foul on Bradshaw. His first, team's first of the quarter. So we played 4 minutes, 10 seconds without a foul. Just real good, clean ball. Mitchell's back on the floor. He kicks out. Driving in, Goodman puts it up and good. He's got 4 on the night. Creekwood's lead down to 5. Bradshaw to Howard. Howard bumped off to Bradshaw into the front court. They just beat the count outside, and he threw it wide of Carter Thomason, and all of a sudden Creekwood scuffling. Chance for Southside to put back-to-back possessions together and trim this lead down before the half. Goodman picks up the dribble, goes inside to Grimes, back outside Goodman, inside to Mitchell. Mitchell has it poked away by Bradshaw, and Ford will get it off to Howard. Howard splits a defender, goes down low to Walker. Walker into the paint, now back to Howard. Howard up and good. Mid-range jumper is the butter zone for Rakin Howard. 21-14, the lead back to 7, under 3 to play first half. Edmondson will check back in at the next dead ball. Ford and Walker have gone the whole way. They've both been excellent offensively, but it's been the rebounds that have played the biggest factor. Grimes kicks it up top to Goodman, crosses over Bradshaw, puts it up on the rim for Mitchell. Mitchell gathers and flips it in and good. Ford to Bradshaw. Bradshaw had turf in front of him. Now the defense comes. He draws a double and turns it over. Cole loses it, and Howard bounces it off to Ford. Walker to Howard. Howard splits a double, now goes baseline, and Bradshaw cut one way, the ball went the other. Scoreboard update for you, brought to you by the Roxy Movie Theater. Dixon County leads Springfield 37-23. They're trying to advance to a region title game. Liggins gets it up top. Now they go right side or left side to Cole. Everything's backwards when they're coming at you. 21-16, Creekwood in front here. 1:45 to play first half. Red Hawks have led by as many as 7. Minute and a half to go. And a knockaway there, but saved, and we'll have a foul as Thomason got in the air. He'll pick up his second, team's second. Liggins will go to the line and shoot a pair. That's one of those, if you're gonna foul him, give it to him. Thomason came down right on top of him. First free throw, no good. Liggins is, I believe, now 1 for 3 at the line. And he misses that one as well. Edmondson in the backcourt. Finds Thomason. Thomason goes left side to Ford. Ford wants to go baseline. He does. He kicks. And they'll call the block. The block down low on, that's Cole. His second, team's first. 1:15 to play here in the first half. Ford inside Thomason. Thomason banged around, and they'll say Edmondson just lost it. And he's asking, was it not tipped? Got another scoreboard update for you. It's halftime. 39-25, Dickson County leads. A 14-point advantage as they head to the half. Certainly looking like they would advance. Under a minute to play now here in our game. 21-16, Creekwood in front. Goodman tries to drive, and they'll call the bump foul on Bradshaw. And that's his second, team's third. 49 seconds left in the first half. Baseline inbound for the Hawks. They get it up top. And lob down low. No, it doesn't get through to Mitchell. They were going for the alley-oop. Edmondson weaves through the traffic. Now looks for Ford on the right side. They gamble. Ford draws some contact, puts the shot up good. That was a step-through leaning jumper to give Jamison Ford 9, and the Creekwood lead is 7 with 20 seconds to go first half. Goodman. Now on the left side, it's Montgomery. Back to Goodman. He can't do anything with it with 8 seconds. He's on the right wing. Lob back door, layup, no good. Tip, no good. Third time's the charm, and Liggins will put it in. And we'll go to the break, 23-18, Creekwood leading. I would tell you, Coach Taylor would say there's some meat that got left on the bone out there. We'll talk about that next on the Dixon Insurance Halftime Show on the RFC Sports Network. Welcome out once again to Chester County High School. host of this year's region tournament. Creekwood leads it at the half, 23-18 over Jackson Southside. Let's run down your individual scoring. First for Southside, they were led by number 24, CJ Cole, who had 6. Amari Goodman had 4, so did Robert Liggins. Graham with 2, Mitchell with 2. That totals up, my math's not very good, but I think that's 18. On the other side, Creekwood led in scoring, no shock here, by Jamison Ford. He had 9 in the first half. Grayson Walker right on his heels, though, with 8. 2 apiece for Thomason, Edmondson, and Howard. And I talked about it briefly during the game, but it was the rebounding of Ford and Walker that was so crucial in that first half. Both of them had offensive rebounds, and Jamison Ford is kind of playing a rover on the baseline to some extent. And so he's been in the mix throughout the night on defense, which has allowed him to clean the glass quite a bit. 23-18, Creekwood by 5. We'll talk about second half adjustments next on the RFC Sports Network. Welcome back on the RFC Sports Network. Creekwood leading at the half, 23-18, led by Jamison Ford, and some halftime adjustments here. I think if I am the Red Hawks, the only adjustment I would make is, or recommendation I would have, is you gotta finish when you get those opportunities at the rim. They've had a couple that they haven't finished here tonight, and I think you gotta get that done if you want to come out of here with the victory. What they have done is completely shut down Jamarion Grimes, who was supposed to be a big factor here tonight. He has no points. If you can hold him in check in the second half, I think you're going to be all right. The scoreboard just shut off for a moment, so that's ominous. But a win here, as we've talked about, and a win for the Cougars at Northwest would mean 2 more games. They would play their region championship games on Thursday night, and then on Saturday night, they would either win or host or travel for a sub-state game. That's why tonight is such a fun night, I suppose, is if you get a win, you get 2 more. So Creekwood trying to take advantage of that opportunity. We'll step aside for a break. Second half coming up next on the RFC Sports Network. First possession of the second half, and it's a travel by Liggins for Southside. So 8 seconds in, and Creekwood has stolen a possession. Howard here, though, trapped in the backcourt, and we're going to have a jump ball possession arrow to Creekwood. Southside has ramped up the defensive pressure on this first one. Creekwood's been able to use Rake and Howard as kind of a utility man, a do-all, if you will. Ford gets it into Edmondson. Now back to Ford into the front court to Thomason and Howard. Howard comes out of there. Now doubled, lobs it for Ford. Ford wants to take Grimes, instead bounce it off to Edmondson. To Howard. It's a high-pressure 2-3 zone as Howard picks it up and runs it in like a fullback and lays it up. Might have missed a travel there. They go inside to Grimes over Thomason. He dumps it down low, and he's blocked twice by Edmondson. Who are they going to call that foul on, though? Well, I didn't hear who that was on. Howard, because it was his first, team's first. To the line goes Graham to shoot a pair. First one off, no good. Fairview tonight has gone 2 for 5 at the line. Second one, no good. And they'll say that Southside basketball off of Thomason's hand. Liggins lobs it up top as the count was on to Graham. 1 minute in to the second half, and we've been active to say the least. They go inside to Grimes. Grimes with the left hand, no good, and Thomason sealed that baseline. Howard has it in the backcourt. He draws a double, weaves through and into the trap. Now Thomason's got to run at the rim. He goes behind the back, outside to Howard. Howard goes baseline, pull-up jumper, good. Rakin Howard with the first 4 points of the first half for Creekwood. They lead it by 9, 27-18. Edmondson all over Liggins, and Liggins comes up gimping. Now Burns straight away. They go inside, trying to go to Grimes. It was nearly tied up. Grimes turns around, puts it on the glass over Thomason. Good. Jamarian Grimes, his first points of the night, and there's a foul, and that's going to be on Liggins. His first, team's first of the half. Liggins will check out. I said he was gimping. He's struggling out there. Howard to Edmondson. They'll get it to midcourt with Ford. Ford was alone, jumps up from the free throw line. Good. You can't let him dribble into a shot with no one in front of him. I'm not sure that Jamison couldn't have gone straight to the rim without drawing a defender. He's in double figures. Creekwood's lead is 9. They go high post to Grimes, guarded by Howard. He spins, puts it up, no good, gets his own board, and he traveled. They don't go travel, they go jump ball, as Edmondson had him tied up. And possession arrow keeps it with the Hawks, and then a foul. That's going to be on Grayson Walker. Prevented a shot. And now going to the line is Graham. Official having a conversation with Jamarian Grimes, I think about the last possession before the jump ball. He felt like he got fouled. Graham misses another. He is 0 for 3, shooting his 4th here. And misses that one as well. Thomason pulls the board. 0 for 4 just in this quarter for Graham. Edmondson to Howard. Howard to Walker. Walker thought about the 3. Now steps back and nails it. Another Natchez Trace Realty 3 for Grayson Walker, and the lead is 12. They go up high to Grimes, outside to Burns. He's cut off. Now back in to Grimes, knocked away. He gets the loose ball and flips it out to Goodman. They are doubling and tripling Grimes, and he is frustrated. But so far, nobody else has stepped in to take his points. And a knockaway by Edmondson. He's going to be called for the foul. And Eli turns to the official and said, "I tipped it. Are you sure?" The official thinks he's sure. Burns, Graham, and Liggins. No, Burns and Graham check out. Liggins back into the game along with Mitchell to give him some size. Oh, that's a throwaway because Goodman was going to fall into the backcourt. He heaves it for Liggins, but Liggins wasn't looking. Turn it over to the Red Hawks. Howard goes cross court. Nope, stolen away by Goodman. And layup is good, and that's Cole with the layup, not Goodman. It's a lazy pass by Howard. The lead is 32-22. Howard in the backcourt. Goes to Edmondson, who drives, kicks. Walker thought about the 3, let the defender go by, and knocks down another triple. Natchez Trace Realty 3-pointer makes it 35-22. Creekwood is lighting it up inside the Chester County Gym as we reach the midpoint of the 3rd quarter, and it's a timeout taken by Chester County. we'll keep it here for this one. 4:02 to play third quarter. Creekwood leading 35-22, and we've got a Roxy Movie Theater scoreboard update for you. I appreciate everybody getting those in tonight. The latest from Northwest High School. Dixon County leads Springfield 53-35. And while anything can happen, it certainly seems like the Cougars, who after the injury bug bit them and Darden went down, I think a lot of people wrote that Dixon County team off as dead in the water. They may have written themselves off that way, but the draw has been fortuitous. They were able to take care of business against Kirkwood and then drew a Springfield team that I don't think it ever felt like much of a threat, and now here they are in a region final if they can hang on in the fourth quarter. Creekwood with a 13-point lead coming out of the timeout. Grimes now outside. It's a three up, no good by Nolan, and the rebound will come to Fort, getting his first minutes. It's tied up, and the possession arrow will favor the Redhawks. Creekwood steals another possession, though. A whole bunch of students just filed into the gym, and I'm not sure where they're from. But they're seated up top. Ford gets it in to Walker. Walker, one bounce, gets it to Edmondson at midcourt. Now Creekwood with numbers. Edmondson to the rim, reverse is good. Eli Edmondson crossed over in the middle of the lane and got it done. Creekwood's lead out to 15. Goodman working up top, knocked away by Ford. Can they track it down? No. Liggins will save it. Ford might have had a dunk, but it's the second time tonight he's been close. He can't quite get there. That one corralled. Now Southside working it around the outside. Goodman tries to go to Grimes. It's knocked away by Thomason, taken by Edmondson. Edmondson to Thomason. In traffic to Fort, and now Creekwood with numbers again, and Fort is going to be fouled by Liggins, and he will go all the way to the bench and climb a chair. The foul on Liggins, his second, team second. Bradshaw and Henderson will check into the game. Out comes Walker, who's been huge, and Carter Thomason. And Bradshaw, Bradshaw got bumped as soon as he came into the game, and the official having a conversation with Goodman, I believe it was. He told him, I will throw your behind out of the game. Edmondson gets it in. Now Fort up top. Fort being defended by Nolan. Hands off to Bradshaw. Bradshaw jumps into the lane, now outside Edmondson. Edmondson cross court to Ford. Ford straight away and tried to drive, and he had his jersey held by Montgomery, and he will pick up the foul. His first, team's third. Ford, sideline inbound. We'll get it to Bradshaw. Bradshaw, a lot of contact from Goodman. And Alex gets out of it off to Fort. Fort, he tries to drive. Cuts out of trouble. Now, wants to get it to Edmondson. Needs some help. Finds Eli. Edmondson up top, draws a double to Henderson. Henderson, he wants to drive. Picks up his dribble. Edmondson just got knocked down. He appears to be hurt, and the official will call a timeout. Edmondson got rolled over. I'm not sure how that happened, but I know Raken Howard will check in for him. And I don't know if it's, yeah, it looks like it's an ankle, right ankle. Miss Stewart will take a look at that. Under 2 to play third quarter. Ford gets it into Fort, and Fort stepped on the end line. Coach Taylor says that he was pushed there. The officials disagree, and then Fort was looking for which official to give the ball to, and the official was giving him some lip. Fort said, "I'm not doing anything." And we got a travel on the other end. Liggins jumps up and then bunny hopped. He'll turn it over. 1:42 to play here in the third. Creekwood by 15, but we've hit a stalemate. Bradshaw, and he's going to be fouled. That's going to be on Liggins, his third team's fourth. Thomason will check in for Bradshaw, and just a visual update for just what I can see with Eli Edmondson. He's got the shoe and the sock off. They're going to try and tape him up, but he's certainly in a lot of pain. Thomason in the right corner. Picked up his dribble and then hands off to Fort, but it's knocked away. Spinning into the lane and reversing, laying it up, no good. And then Graham will grab the rebound and put it up and good. It was Burns taking it in there. And the lead is down to 13 for Creekwood. Fort has it knocked away. He goes to the floor, and then he's going to draw the foul as he slid through the leg of Liggins. And all of a sudden, with 1 minute to go here in the third, Fort will check out. Walker will check back in, and Fort is baffled by some of what just happened to him in there. He's had his pocket picked. He's been run over. He's run over people. The officials are angry with him. He just came off shaking his head. Walker checks back in. Goodman turns it over to Ford. Ford to Howard. Oh, Jamison wanted it back. Howard had to pull it down. Guarded by Goodman. He's being hassled. He'll go in himself, wraps it to Henderson. Henderson up strong and good. Demotis Henderson puts 2 on the board. Creekwood back in front by 15. And we'll have a foul. It was Graham trying to lay it up. He'll go to the line. The foul is on Carter Thomason, his third, team's 5th. So to the line goes Montgomery to shoot a pair with 22.4 seconds to go here in the third quarter. That one no good. I should have been tracking instead of keeping up with it in my mind. I should have been tracking free throws. They've hit 2 all night. I could not tell you how many they've shot. But that one is good for Montgomery, and I believe it makes them 3 for 10. And we've got a whistle, and it's a hold on Montgomery, his second, team's 5th. So Raken Howard, I believe, will come shoot the free throws. Howard's got 6. First one is good. Second free throw for Howard. Up and good. Raken Howard now with 8. And Jackson Southside trying to get the last points of the quarter. Instead, they'll go quick with Graham. He'll add 2 more. He's got 6. Howard out and running in the front court to Henderson. Henderson goes baseline. He's knocked to the floor. No call. And a layup. No, that will not count. And then Burns, who laid it up, is hurt on the end line. We'll check in on that. But we go to the fourth quarter. Creekwood leading 41-27. Back in a moment on the RFC Sports Network. Welcome back on the RFC Sports Network. Start of the fourth, Southside with the basketball, Creekwood with a 14-point advantage. Cole tries to drive, puts the floater up, no good, gets his own board, goes into Walker, around Walker, puts it up, no good, rebound Ford. And Jamison gets it to Howard. Howard back to Ford. Ford brings it to the middle of the floor wisely, back to Howard. Howard inside Thomason, puts it up with the left hand, good. Carter Thomason with 4. Creekwood has spread the points out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Redhawks have scored here tonight. 2 in double figures in the form of Walker and Ford. 43-27, it's been the defense. And there, a knockaway by Walker. Ford into the front court. Saved, loose ball now on the floor. Lob for Liggins. Liggins is bumped, no call, and he'll lay it up and good. Things got crazy. 6:45 to play. Creekwood with the lead and the ball. Howard cuts it inside the arc, now backs it out to Walker on the left side. Walker to Howard straight away at the midcourt circle. He's guarded there. To Walker on the right side. Now Walker working on Cole, picks up his dribble, needs some help. Gets it to Howard. Howard gets an unintentional screen from Walker and then goes to the floor and draws the foul on Cole. That's his third, team's first of the fourth. Baseline inbound as Henderson checks out. Now we got a whistle. Got a wet spot. Somebody got some sweat on the floor. It'll be Walker, Bradshaw, Thomason, Howard, and Ford coming out of the timeout. Or it's not even a timeout. Delay here. Carter Thomason had to dab his forehead before he gave the towel back. Ford gets it into Howard. Howard to Thomason, now back to Howard. Howard gets a little screen and a switch as Graham is on him now. To Thomason, who's guarded by Burns. Carter hands off to Ford. Ford back to Thomason. Creekwood content to go weave and force fouls at this point. Thomason with a rim run, puts it up right hand, lots of contact, no good. Rebound loose on the floor, saved by Grimes. Oh, Grimes is going to heave it, and they're going to call a foul on. The foul is going to be on Bradshaw. His third, team's first per the board. Grimes has it. Now a maybe 3, partially blocked, and it's an air ball. Walker with the board. Ford into the front court to Thomason, to Walker for 3. Good. Oh my goodness, Grayson Walker, have a night. That's 5 3-pointers made tonight. 46-29, Creekwood by 17, and the loose ball knocked off of Graham out of bounds. 5:19 to play, Creekwood basketball. And now we got a whistle, and it's going to be a timeout. And Alex Bradshaw is going to come talk to the official. He said, hey, they're giving me an elbow constantly. It's a full timeout. We'll finally get there. We'll step aside for a break. 46-29, Creekwood in front. Back in a moment on the RFC Sports Network. Welcome back on the RFC Sports Network. Creekwood with the ball, running the floor. Bradshaw picked up his dribble, needs some help, and now we're going to get a hold. I think that's going to be on Jamarian Grimes. If so, it's his first, and it is. Scoreboard update from college basketball. Vanderbilt trails Arkansas 20-13, and just my personal opinion, it's time to go ahead and end the Jerry Stackhouse experiment. Foul, a quick one by Burns. He ran through Fort on the inbound. Team's third, his first. Bradshaw in the backcourt, guarded by Grimes. Gets it to Ford. Now Ford, he'll back it out. Inside to Fort. And Greg will reset the offense under 5 to play. Creekwood content to run around with a 17-point advantage here in this region semi. Ford to Fort. Fort calls for Walker to come up high. Instead, it's Thomason, but Fort finds a wide open lane. And then we're going to have an offensive foul on Bradshaw. That'll be his fourth. Team second. Bradshaw and Coach Taylor are both baffled. 4:29 to play. In the high post, it's Mitchell. Outside to Burns. Skip pass to Grimes, who loses it. I apologize, that was Goodman. Grimes does lose it. Bradshaw has it. Bradshaw picks up the dribble. Needs some help. They're grabbing, and now we'll get the foul call. The foul is on Goodman. His first, team's fourth. Creekwood will shoot free throws, the final 4-10. Ford looking, lobs it up top to Thomason. Now Walker for three, that one no good. Thomason with the board through the contact, count it! Oh, big fella. He went in there strong, and he knew it too. The foul is going to be on number 12. I've lost 12 in my score sheet. Get to that in a moment. Thomason misses the free throw. But the lead is up to 19. Grimes for three, no good. Rebound tipped around, put back in, and good by Graham. Fort flying into the front court. No one in front of him. He'll pull up and let them hassle him, and then he bounces it off to Ford. Ford steps through, gets it off to Bradshaw. Bradshaw to Fort. Fort drives into the paint and then back out and resets up top. Creekwood 5 out. Thomason to Fort. 48-31. Creekwood with the lead. 3:15 to go. That's how long until they secure that spot in the region final, and we'll get a foul. It's a shooting foul on Goodman, his third, team's fifth. Bradshaw will have a pair. Scoreboard update, as that one is good, his first points of the night. The Cougars are also cruising. They are up 70-50. Both teams seemingly facing little resistance as Bradshaw knocks them both in. And for Creekwood, it's been a fight the whole way. They've just held their ground. 50-31, the dump down for Mitchell. Mitchell loses the handle and Ford can't hang on. It'll go out of bounds. It'll stay with Southside. Inbound to Bradshaw. It was the lob for Goodman, and Bradshaw pulls it down. Under 3 to play now. Ford gets it off to Fort. Hassled in the backcourt by Goodman, who's playing with 3 fouls. Fort dancing. Goes around Walker, kind of like a screen. Gets into the paint, puts it up, contact. Goes out of bounds to Southside. 2:37 to play here in the fourth. 19-point advantage for Southside. For Creekwood, I should say, over Southside. I've got some kids trying to hassle my equipment. Miss there, Walker. He'll take a 3. His 6th of the night. Stop it. Grayson Walker is going to come away MVP, I do believe. My goodness. And we've got some honorable mentions. Grimes will drive in. He lays it up with the right hand good. Ford into the paint, goes in, lays it up with the right hand on the right side. He's got 2 more. He's got 13 on the night, but it's 20 for Grayson Walker, and the lead is 22. Hopping into the paint and putting it up and good is Cole. He's got 10 for Jackson Southside. Fort to Ford, back to Fort, back to Ford. They're content to hold. 1:15 to play here in the fourth. Creekwood by 20. Howard to Ford. Working around the outside, it's Walker. And Walker's going to be fouled by Grimes. That'll be Grimes' second. Grayson Walker will go to the free throw line with 1:04 to play. And it seems like it's all done but the crying at this point. Final from Northwest, Dixon County 71, Springfield 50. As Walker rims out his free throw, he doesn't like that. Dixon County punches their ticket to a Thursday night date at Northwest. I did not see who won the early matchup, but it'll be a district final, or a region final for the Cougars. Walker knocks down the second free throw. And a 30-second timeout by Creekwood with 1:04 to go. They lead it by 21. Creekwood will advance on to play Chester County on Thursday night. I'll check and see. I believe that's going to be a 7 o'clock tip-off, but do not hold me to that. Coming out of the timeout, it will be Bradshaw, Walker, Howard, and Thomason on the floor together. And there were, for a moment, 6 Southside Hawks as they get some seniors into the game. The game on Thursday night will be, as that shot is rejected. They'll work it around the outside for Hardshaw. And now Weldon, who's a freshman, crossing over Bradshaw. The game Thursday will be a 7 o'clock tip. Shot up no good, out of bounds to Creekwood. And now with 32 seconds left, the Red Hawks will just walk it out. And the gym empties in a hurry. Red Hawks have silenced a largely south side favoring crowd. And now all you hear are chants of Creekwood in the gym. Ford to Bradshaw. Bradshaw, who missed much of the season, will give it off to Ford. And Jamison Ford untucks the jersey and gets rowdy with his friends as he and Grayson Walker have led this team to a 56-35 unpantsing of Jackson Southside. We'll step aside for a break. Post-game show with our MVP coming up next on the RFC Sports Network.